today is the day, guys. I promised we would look at it, and so this is my art journal. Okay, yeah, so I mentioned in last week's video that I really wanted to pick back up in this art journal because this book is really different for me. It's not a sketchbook, but I consider it an art journal for a couple of reasons. One is that I don't actually use this book to practice anything. So for me, sketchbooks are more about practice. So like I have an oil painting sketchbook. I have a sketchbook where I just practice my drawing and my line work. I have, my messy sketchbook where I do like art classes and things like that. So this is something where I can take my art and I can mix it with things that I love, things that I find, things that I have, and make just little vignettes and little areas to make notes about things that I'm thinking about or not. Yeah, and just really have fun. This is something that I wouldn't necessarily share. It's not something that I think is going to be necessarily helpful for anyone or anything that you might learn from, unless you're specifically looking to learn about collage techniques and things like that. I do paint in here, but I'm not going to be painting today. Today I'm just going to be showing you what I have in this book, and I'll show you how I kind of pull things together to put into the book. So I do have something to paint in here, but I'll probably paint next time, so maybe this will be a two-parter. So if you were here for a paint with me, I'm sorry, but today we're gonna have a journal with me. Alright, so let's start by taking a look at this journal, and I'll show you what's already in it, and I'll show you how I made it. Because this particular book, I did make myself. Well, I don't know. I guess you could debate whether I made it myself. I mean, I made it from things that I found and that I had. So this book was actually this was a novel. It had a bunch of holes in the back. This book had been really beat up and the pages were torn and things like that. So I didn't feel bad kind of taking it apart. So I repurposed the cover and I took out all of the inside pages and I just relined it with some old wallpaper, and I created 4 signatures that I used repurposed paper for. So actually some of this is repurposed paper. So some of it's brown paper bags, some of it is vintage drawing paper, some of it's new drawing paper, some of it is pages from knitting patterns and old knitting books. So yeah, so I took the pages and I bound them together. These are actually just staple bound, so it's not anything super special or super difficult to do. So yeah, so if I did one spread a week, technically this journal would last me a year, and that was kind of the idea, and that's kind of how it was going for a while, until it wasn't. So yeah, so I think I mentioned last time that I started this journal in the beginning of the year with the intent that I would do a spread every week, and for a while, I'd say for about 10 weeks, that worked. And then I don't know what happened, guys. I think just, like always, life just happened and I fell off of my schedule with it, and I kind of just, once that happens, it's kind of hard to get back into it. So I kind of let it go for a little while. But last week when I was doing all of my Etsy orders, I was like, man, I kept looking at it. I kept looking at it back on the shelf over there, and I was like, man, I want to get back into that. So so that's what we're gonna do this week. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how I made this spread. So let's do it. Okay, so that is the journal, and continue to try and do a spread every week. Even if I don't finish it, I think it's worth at least starting one and kind of trying to keep that ball rolling. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and do one every week. And if you guys are interested, I'll continue to share it. If you're not, that's cool too. I mean, this is kind of something I just do for myself, but I do think I'm gonna paint this one, and actually think I'm not gonna be able to do it this week because I just found out I'm having family come visit. So I'm probably gonna have to do it in 2 weeks. Probably look for like sometime in the beginning of September. We'll see how it goes. I mean, as always, thanks for watching, and any questions that you have, just let me know down in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you next time.